Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. This is a Japanese proverb. With this quote, I would like to say always have a clear vision of what you want to do. Our action without any aim or goal will not lead us anywhere. It will become a dream, so always have a goal. In this lesson, the envious neighbor is a Japanese folklore. Now, let us see what is a Japanese folklore. A Japanese story underscores values such as honesty, compassion, diligence, etc., with a hint of magical realism. The spirit of the dog is the old couple's make believe determination to get past personal setbacks and begin anew. So here in this lesson, this is a Japanese folklore. As I said what is the Japanese folklore? It always has talks about honesty, compassion, diligence, and there is a few magical incidents which are being added in the story. So in this story, there is a old couple, who has a dog, and the dog by some problem dies, and the spirit of the dog, that is the soul of the dog, is also coming back and helping the old couples to make their life happy. Okay, so this was about the Japanese folklore. So now let us just have a quick warm up. Do you know who is Ratan Tata? Ratan Tata, Azim Premji, these are a few rich people of India who spend a part of their wealth on charity. So, what influenced them to share and care for others? Can anyone think about it? Yes, what is making them to share and care for others? This is nothing but the love people have for others. Ratan Tata is a very big business magnate in India and very old man, and he is, whatever he earns, he contributes more than more than half of it to the poor people and to the other people, to the staff and everyone. He always keeps contributing a lot of money in charity. So he is a role model for everyone. So they are such people in the world who are really taking care of others, who think for others and live for others. Now, the second point is, think of any undesirable quality that you would like to get rid of and discuss with your friends. So, something if you have in yourself, some quality which you don't like, so you must get rid of it. So, how will you do that? Yes, so anything, a bad habit which you have, like telling lies or being very lazy, sleeping late in the night, or watching a lot of TV, something, and missing your prayers, something which you don't like and you want to change it. So just make a determination to change, think about it, keep telling that you want to change this habit, and if you work towards this, definitely you can change that, get rid of that bad habit. Now in this lesson, there is a pet dog. So what do you know about pets? Do you all have pets at home? A cat, usually we always have cats at home, or parrots or pigeons we grow at home. So do you have any such pet animal at home? Yes? Okay. So in this lesson also, there is a pet animal, and that is a dog. So let us see about and learn about dogs. Dogs were domesticated from wolves 15,000 years ago. So here the dogs actually were wild animals and they were living in the jungles. So 15,000 years ago they were domesticated. Domesticated means they were brought to our houses. New evidence suggests that dogs were first domesticated in East Asia, possibly China. Over time, hundreds of breeds with a great degree of variations have come into being. So it was in China the first where the dogs were first domesticated. Dogs in warfare have a long and checkered history, from war dogs trained in combat to their use as escorts, sentries, and trackers. Their uses have been varied, and some continue to exist in modern military usage. So, now if we say that the dogs are domesticated, and the dogs are also very useful in the war field. So, people in the war, the military men, they are using the dogs for scots and sentries and trackers. So they will sniff and track the victims or the convictions. Okay, so the dogs are very useful not just for the house but also for the military purpose. So this was about the pet animal dog. Now let us move into the lesson. Now read the Japanese folk tale about two neighbors and how their characters changed their lives. So in this lesson we have two neighbors. One are the old couples, good couples, and two wicked couples are there. So what problems they are facing with these neighbors we are going to see in this lesson. So, in the old days, there lived an honest man with his wife who had a pet dog, which they used to feed with fish and tidbit from their own kitchen. One day, as the old flocks went out to work in their garden, the dog went with them and began playing about. All of a sudden, the dog stopped short and began to bark. Bow, 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 wagging his tail violently. So here what happened many years ago, there was a honest man living with his wife and he had a pet dog. So from the whatever there was the kitchen, they used to give him, and they were very loving couples, and they will love their pet dog very much. And even the dog was very much attached to their masters. So one day what happened, when they were working in the garden in the field, the dog was running about here and there, and suddenly he stopped in a particular place and he started barking very violently, wagging his tail. The old people thought that there must be something nice to eat under the ground, so they brought a spade and began digging. When lo and behold, the place was full of gold pieces and silver and all sorts of precious things which had been buried there. So they gathered the treasure, and after giving alms to the poor, bought themselves rice fields and corn fields and became wealthy people. So when the old people saw the dog barking, they went there and they started digging, thinking that that must be something very nice for eating for this dog. That's what he is barking. But when they digged the floor, they found precious things like gold, silver, and many precious things were buried inside the ground. So with this treasure, these old people, they sold that, and they bought rice fields, the corn fields, and became wealthy people. And some of them, they gave alms. So giving alms means charity, okay, giving to the poor people. So whatever they had, they just didn't keep it for themselves, but some of them, they share it with the poor people also. Now in the neighboring house there dwelt a covetous and stingy old couple who, when they heard what had happened, came and borrowed the dog, and having taken him. So here what happened? They were envious neighbors, very stingy, very old neighbors were there. And when they heard about the story, they just came to this old man and they borrowed the dog and prepared a great feast for him and said, "If you please, Mr. Dog, we should be most obliged to you if you would show us a place with plenty of money in it." The dog, however, who up to that time had received nothing but cuffs and kicks from the host, would not eat any of the dainties which they set before him. So the old people began to get cross, and putting a rope around the dog's neck, fed him out into the garden. But it was all in vain. He let them lead him where they might. Not a sound would the dog utter. He had no bow bow for them. At last, however, the dog stopped at a certain spot and began to sniff. So, thinking that this must surely be the lucky place, they dug and found nothing but a quantity of dirt and nasty offal over which they had to hold their noses. Furious at being disappointed, the wicked old couple seized the dog and killed him. So here what happened, the envious neighbor, the very jealous neighbor, they just came and they borrowed the dog. So as they took the dog, thinking that the dog will show them a lot of money, but they just took him and gave him a great feast there, kept him a lot of food there, but the dog was not happy to go with them, and he was not happy to eat also, because all these days he was being always kicked and shouted, getting shouts by these couples. So now when they are giving feast, he doesn't wants to eat. So he was sitting very quiet there, and this neighbors, they were very angry. They just put a rope around his neck and pulled him to the garden, and they were moving around wherever they want. They were pulling this dog with that rope. So the dog didn't open his mouth, he didn't say bow, nothing he did. And at one particular place he started to sniff. So as he started to sniff, these people, they got very curious that something must be hidden inside the ground. So they started digging it. So once they started digging, they got nothing but only nasty offals and dirt was there, and for which they had to just shut their noses. So they were very angry now. So because of the anger, they just killed the dog. When the good old man saw that the dog whom he had lent did not come home, he went next door to ask what had become of him. And the wicked old man answered that he had killed the dog and buried him at the root of a pine tree. So the good old fellow with a heavy heart went to the spot, and having set out a tray with delicate food, he burnt incense and adorned the grave with flowers as he shed tears over his lost pet. So here the old man, he was waiting. Now they have, the wicked couples, they have killed the dog. Now the old man, the owner of the dog, doesn't know about it. So evening he was waiting the dog will come back, but the dog hasn't turned up. So he went to the neighbors and he asked, where is the dog, why it has not come back home? The wicked couple, they just told, the man told him that he had killed the dog and he had buried it under a pine tree. So the old couple was very heavy heart. He was crying and he went to that spot, and he was crying very badly. He took some food, then he burnt an incense. Incense means what you call as udbati, that is incense, and adorned the grave. He covered the grave with flowers, and he was sitting there and he was crying for his lost pet. So with this we have come to the end of the part 1 lesson. Thank you children. Have a nice day.